Hey everybody, you guys did a really great job learning lesson 1. Getting to know Music City and how it's made, fantastic. And you made a really great impression on Ms. G-Clef. So much that I want to introduce you guys to 2 more of my friends. They don't come around often because when they do, they change a lot of things in Music City. But they've been around since the beginning of music itself. They're really awesome and they're really important to music in general. They're called accidentals. And their job is that no matter what street or what sidewalk you're on, they're gonna make you sing a little bit higher or a little bit lower. So, without further ado, I give you, first, my friend, Sharp.
Hey, Mr. Eli, is this the kid you were telling me about? Looks pretty sharp. Oh, my job here in Music City is just to raise all the notes by a half step whenever they need me.
Whoa, we haven't gotten there yet, Sharp, but I'm glad you brought it up. So, a half step in music is the smallest sound you can make from going from one pitch to the next, either up or down. Now, I bet you're asking, what's a pitch? A pitch is the sound that a street or a sidewalk will make in Music City when somebody visits it. Let's take a look and see what these sounds actually sound like. Let's find out what a half step sounds like. Let's listen to some half steps only going up. Now let's listen to some only going down. So now that you know what half steps sound like going up and going down, I need to introduce you to my other friend. Sharp was helping us out whenever we were going up on this keyboard. But to go down, we needed the help of Flat.
Hey, I'm Flat. I'm just here to make sure that everybody sings a half step lower when they need to.
Flat, Sharp, thank you guys for your help. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna catch up with you guys a little bit later, okay?
Okay.
Cool. So, flats and sharps exist in Music City, like I said, so that we know when a certain sidewalk or a certain street needs to be a little bit higher or a little bit lower. And to help us, I'm gonna invite back Ms. G-Clef. Ms. G-Clef! Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. Anything I can do to help?
Yeah, I'm gonna need your help for this one, okay?
Just let me know what you need.
Thanks. So, you guys got to see Sharp and Flat in their biggest forms. But, when they're actually in Music City, they're really small. And they're really specific. So it's either gonna be on a street or on a sidewalk. And remember, when it's Sharp coming, they're gonna sound a little bit higher. And when it's flat, they're gonna sound a little bit lower. Let me show you what I mean. So, right here, we have D sidewalk. But if I add a sharp, it becomes D sharp sidewalk. It changes a little bit. It's still D, but now it's a little bit higher. So it's D sharp. And as you can see, the sharp is right in the middle of it. So it knows that only D is gonna be affected by the sharp. So Ms. G-Clef is there so that we know what each sidewalk and what each street is. And in music, we have another thing called a key signature. And a key signature tells us what sidewalks and streets are supposed to be made a little bit higher or a little bit lower. And it stands right next to Ms. G Clef on the staff. And each key signature has a very specific way that it's supposed to look. So let's take a look at what some of those look like. So there's a very specific way each key signature is supposed to look. And to learn each key signature, I've decided to use a really helpful tip I used to use when I was young. It's called the circle of fifths. And what the circle of fifths does is it gives you the name of every key and how many sharps or flats are in that key. And that will give you your key signature. So let's go through it together. So first, there's C. And C has 0 sharps and 0 flats. Now, if we move to the right of C, we're gonna start with the sharp side, okay? So, the first sharp key is G, and G has 1 sharp, F sharp. The second sharp key is D, and D has 2 sharps. Those sharps are F sharp and C sharp. The third sharp key is A, and its sharps are F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. The fourth sharp key is E, and it has F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. After E, we have B, and its sharps are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. You keeping up with me? Good. After B comes F sharp, and F sharp has 6 sharps. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. And the last sharp key is C sharp, and C sharp has 7 sharps, and they are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp. Now let's do the flat side. So now on the flat side, we're gonna start with F, because F is the first flat key, and the first flat is always B flat. And we're lucky because the next flat key is B flat, and its flats are B flat and E flat. And guess what the next flat key is? E flat, and its flats are B flat, E flat, and A flat. I don't know if you see a pattern yet, but hopefully you will soon, because the next flat key is A flat, and its flats are B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. The next flat key after A flat is D flat, and it has 5 flats, and those flats are B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. The next one is G flat, and it has 6 flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. And now the last flat key is C flat, and it has 7 flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and F flat. And that's all the key signatures. So now that we know the circle of fifths, we have to make sure we really understand the order in which it goes, because the order of the sharps and the order of the flats are very important. So let's go through that order one more time. For flats, we have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and F flat. Now let's do the sharps. The order of sharps are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp. I know the circle of fifths can be a lot, but a really great way of remembering is taking each letter and giving it a different word so that you come up with something awesome. an acronym that I like to use is Fat Cats Give Dogs and Eli Bones. Later on, you'll be able to make your own with Ms. G. Cliff back in the Early Notes app. You guys did a great job again today with learning the flats, learning the sharps, learning the key signature. I just talked to Sharp and Flat and they were really impressed by you guys. And so is Ms. G. Cliff again. And she's gonna help you with a few exercises I have for you guys back in the Early Notes app. I hope you enjoy them and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye.